our last topic of the day is Marvel Zombies. We got the kind of cast list for this, so I'll run through that real quick. We got Iman Vellani as Miss Marvel, David Harbour as Red Guardian, Simu Liu as Shang-Chi, Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch, Randall Park, Jimmy Woo, Florence Pugh as Black Widow, Haley Steinfeld as Hawkeye, and Dominic Thorne as Ironheart. And then they also announced Todd Williams, but I don't know what role he will be playing. And so I think I had assumed, and maybe what everyone else is assuming is that like these are the characters that are going to be like the humans in this story, and they'll be fighting against like this zombie invasion or whatever, right? What I had been reading about the Marvel Zombies like original issue, it was like a 5-run comic, was that basically like you're following the Marvel superheroes as zombies. Like they have intellect, they can still speak. They just have an insane hunger for flesh. and they look like zombies.
Just a little quirk about me.
Yeah. So like there are still living heroes. It seems like very few. Like I was reading that like in the comics that Ant-Man had Black Panther. Giant Man had Black Panther like chained and was like feeding off of him slowly. And I was like, holy crap. And then like Wasp found out about it and like that he was hiding Black Panther from her. And so he just killed Wasp. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. So I don't know.
Was Wasp not a zombie?
No, but they were both zombies. But like Wasp was like upset because like he was hiding food from her. Yeah. And so
you're not sharing.
Right. And so Giant Man's like, all right, I'll just kill you then. So it's definitely dark. It's an odd direction to go in. So, and I don't know if you know this, but this was also originally developed by Robert Kirkman, I think. And he's the writer for Walking Dead. And so I was expecting like a Walking Dead type story, and this is just so not it. And like I think how it starts off is that like a Doctor Strange zombie variant like tricks Doctor Strange into opening the portal and like the normal like Earth that we're in, like whatever 616. And so all the zombies like come through and like take over that world. And then later on, like Silver Surfer comes and is like, hey, Galactus is going to come here and kill you guys. And then they kill Silver Surfer, the zombie heroes, take a bit of like cosmic power and just like fuck shit up on Earth. Apparently, like they pretty much like they instead of eating like humans, they go for like other zombies. So they're eating other zombies, and then that doesn't like satisfy their hunger. And so somehow like Galactus comes, like he doesn't really have a problem, but that they in the end, I think using Silver Surfer's like cosmic power, they're able to take down Galactus, and they become like a zombie group called like Galacti. And like, yeah, dude, it's crazy. And then they go into space and start like taking over other like worlds as like, as zombies. Like they start like basically feeding on other worlds. And I'm like, okay, that's like, it was just like, it's the most insane route you can go with a zombie story. I don't think I ever wanted to follow like the zombie versions of heroes as basically villains. I don't know. It's an insane route. And I guess what I'm trying to say here is that like, I hope to God that they don't adapt the comics and just like make something original, because it's so not what I want. I don't know if you're going to feel the same way.
Well, I mean, yeah, I did think that it was going to go more in the route of like that what if episode where the heroes are trying to survive That's
exactly
zombie.
What I thought. Yeah, right.
And I thought it was be a continuation of that story.
Sure.
Almost. Yeah. Which, unless I remember correctly, none of these characters necessarily were, maybe except Haley Steinfeld's Hawkeye. But
I remember Spider-Man. That's about it, to be honest.
But like, I don't think any of these characters were in that group that we were following, so it still could be
right.
But now that you say that that's an alternative, I mean, is it insane? Yes.
It's so insane.
Do I think it's what they're going to do? No.
Because they never adapt the comics one for one.
No. But like the idea of following the heroes as zombies, I'm like, that's interesting. I mean, it could be terrible, but it's interesting.
I just don't know why I would be rooting for a group of superhero zombies to like take over and eat like the entire world. Like, I don't think that's something I really need to see. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like I don't really think I need to see this show because I didn't really want the zombie story.
I agree. Yeah, for the most part, I was like, if this is a continuation, I definitely don't want it.
The only reason I think that they might adapt the story at least a good amount, maybe not to the point where they blast off into space, even though that would be fucking crazy.
I mean, that would set up a season 2 for sure.
Well, or it could just end there and be like, and they enslave the rest of the world,
the rest of the universe, right?
The rest of the universe. Because part of the reason I'm like, either you make this show for the diehard fans who love the Marvel zombies, or you make it as like this Halloween kind of thing, and it's like a spooky story that you can follow.
Yeah,
and
it's probably the route they go down.
To me,
the latter.
It would. I feel like just because all these characters are definitely set up for the future of the MCU, that they, especially some of them, are gonna be like one of our second time only seeing them in a Marvel like a project.
Oh, what, Hawkeye?
Well, like Ironheart, yeah, Hawkeye, Miss Marvel in a way, I
can't believe Jimmy Woo is in this.
But I love.
What is he doing? What is he doing?
Jimmy Woo. I love Jimmy Woo. but like I find it hard to believe that we're gonna follow them around as like these villain zombies.
Right.
So I think it's not exactly gonna be that. Maybe Galactus is gonna show up at some point. Probably not.
But wouldn't that I think that would be a bummer too when we see Galactus before he shows up in the actual movies. Like let's preserve him for his like big entrance. And then maybe we can play with him in a future what if or whatever the fuck you want to do. But
yeah, I mean, I don't think they're gonna bring him in. Could be wrong, obviously. But I think it's mostly gonna be like, wouldn't it be cool if Haley Steinfeld's Hawkeye faced off against zombie Jeremy Renner Hawkeye? Or
sure, right.
Wouldn't it be cool if Elizabeth Olsen, or like Scarlet Witch faced off against like, even though this would not make any sense at all, zombie Vision, like
right. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's probably the route they go down. And I think what people would like to, at least what I would like to see, is a group of heroes who have maybe at this point it's like years down the line of the zombie apocalypse, and they have failed. Like the earth has turned and they can't do anything about it. But there's a new plan forming, or a new superhero comes into the fold that like can change the tide or something. I don't know. I think a Resistance is much more exciting to me.
Anti-zombie man.
Anti-zombie man. Yeah. Let's do a new original character.
It's Bob.
I don't know.
Bob from Thunderbolts.
Yeah. Sentry just comes in here and fucks shit up. Yeah.
Or Blade. This is Blade. Blade comes in.
Hey, I mean,
it's not vampires, but
it's not vampires. You're right,
but it's the best thing.
It is. That would be cool to see Blade chopping through zombies.
It's like Mahershala Ali as Blade. We've waited this whole time
just for this, Marvel Zombies. Whoa.
Yeah.
But no. So I don't know if you know this too. They're only doing a 4-episode series for this, which is so short. But at least that's, if it's bad, then it's bad for a short amount of time. But it's coming out October of next year, so it'll be around that spooky time.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I was feeling like this is like a little either runs through the course of October or just drops all at once. Like watch Marvel's.
I mean, that's perfect
Marvel's
because it'll be
you know.
for like in one episode per week in October. So yeah. So curious about that one. I am, but we'll have to wait a year for that. So
Yes.
we'll see what happens.